my most awesome class.
Good morning, my most awesome teacher.
How are you feeling today?
Looking good and feeling great.
Today you will learn to
solve division word problems and explain my thinking.
So far, we have learned how to divide a 2-digit dividend by a 1-digit divisor, and we have also learned how to divide a 3-digit dividend by a 1-digit divisor. Today, you're going to apply what you have learned to word problems situations, okay? So I want you to think about your goal today, solving division word problems and explaining my thinking. By the end of our lesson, how will you know that you got it? Think. Turn and talk to your shoulder partner on how you're going to know you've reached your goal today. Can you think about some words in your word problems that trigger you to remember, hey, I need to use division to solve instead of like multiplication? What types of things do you see in your word problem? Claire?
I would know it because I could do it by myself and maybe get it correct.
Okay.
Like, I would know the difference between division and multiplication.
Oh, hands down for a second. I want you to think about what she said. She'll know the difference between division and multiplication. I was talking with Brandon and Joshua at the back, and I asked them, I said, well, if you have a word problem in math, you can do a lot of different operations. You can add, subtract, multiply, or you could divide. So how will you know that you need to divide? Think. Your shoulder partners. Your journal topic today, you're going to get 3 minutes to write. I want you to think about why it is important to know your basic multiplication facts when you are dividing. Why is that important to know your basic? We're thinking. Why is it important to know your basic multiplication facts when you are dividing? Does everybody understand the math prompt? I'm going to give you 3 minutes to write on why it's important to know your basic math facts. Oh, class.
Oh, yes.
All right, so our goal, solve division word problems and explain my thinking. You have a group task today. In your group task, I am going to give you a division problem to solve. And first, you can use whichever strategy that you're comfortable with. Now, remember our anchor charts? We started with modeling, using division to find the quotient of a division problem using a place value chart. And then we moved to the standard algorithm, our step-by-step process of solving division. And we had a memory aid for that, okay? What was that memory aid? Ready, everyone? Go.
Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers regularly?
And the D is for?
Divide.
The M?
Multiply.
Yes.
Subtract.
Think. The C.
Compare.
Compare. The B.
Bring down.
And the R.
Repeat or remainder.
Okay, and we practiced those things. You guys did some rally coach on yesterday, practicing using the steps of division to find the quotient of 3 digits by 1 digit. Today you're going to do the same as far as you're going to have to find the quotient, but I want to challenge you to create a word problem using your equation. So once you find the quotient, remember equation, equal sign. For example, this is an equation, 7 divided by 2 equals 3 remainder 1. So first you're going to First, you will solve your division problem as a team. You're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to decide who's going to write. And you need to make a decision on, hey, when it's our turn to share to the class, how will Miss Rachal know and my peers know that everybody contributed to our math task? Because great mathematicians can think about their solution, they can write about their solution, and they can talk about their solution. Okay? So you have to think about all those things. So I want to direct you to this chart here where we use the division algorithm to divide 419 divided by 3. Okay? You're going to be given sticky notes and a marker to show your division algorithm. However, if you choose to do a place value chart instead, that is okay. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
When you are finished finding the quotient, you will need to create a word problem. Right? So I want to show you an example to make sure everybody understands where we're going. I was doing a word problem. One of our former assignments, we had fill-in-the-blank word problems, and I allowed you guys to fill in the blank with names or numbers to help you develop your word problem. This time, I'm not going to give you any tips, okay? So remember, what group had this problem right here? Raise your hand about the stickers. Good deal. And they were able to fill in the blank with the names of the students. And I think they did Jack, James, and have 365 stickers all together. If the stickers are equally shared between them, how many will each receive? Okay? So we're kind of working backwards today because I'm going to give you a card with your division problem, and you need to solve it first and then create a word problem. Understand?
Yes,
Are there any questions? So you have your materials. You have a large Post-it. You have small Post-it notes and a marker. You need to decide on who's going to write. Wait until I say go, please. And we are a learning community. So remember, we need to learn how to solve conflicts. All right? What's most important to me today is that everybody in your group can explain your math thinking. Okay? So I'm going to give you your division problem. I'm going to put it face down. Remember, if you run into a problem where you can't quite remember your division steps, then please refer to the anchor charts that are on the board. That is your tip for today that will help you if you find yourself not remembering the steps to division. Okay, so we're going to use our anchor charts to help us. Also, for my challenge today, I have challenge cards. If you and your group finishes before the 5 minutes is up, I need my table leaders to see me for a challenge card. Okay? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You guys may begin.
Okay, 3 goes into 8. Okay, so twice. Yeah, twice. 2 right here. Oh, over 3 here. Okay. 2. Okay, now 3 times 2 is 12.
Do you guys agree that 3 times 2 is 12?
No.
Class? Yes. Before we write, my writers, what I need you to do is to make sure everyone agrees. Let's make sure that everyone agrees. Continue. When you brought down your 6 tens, you had 100 remaining. So how many tens do you have now? 6 tens? 16 tens. Do you guys agree?
Yes. 16?
16 tens. That's what she said. Do you agree, Summer?
That's 160.
agree that's 162. 16 tens is the same as 160. Prove that.
10 tens equals 100, and there's 16 tens. So
60 and
it would be 160 in all.
Very good. So it's the same exact thing. Okay, finish out the division for me. Y'all did some great work.
Then we since after all that we got 110 left, and so we had to bring down our 3 ones, and then we divided 13 by 3, which gave us 4, and then we multiplied it to get 12. Then we subtracted 13 by 12 and to get 1. So our total is 254, remainder 1.
Is that our total? What is that called?
Our quotient.
Our quotient. Very good. Now you have one more step. You came for a challenge card. But we have one more step. You have to create a word problem for me now using the equation 763 divided by 3 equals 254, remainder 1. If you could do me a favor and create your word problem in your notebooks for me. Good job, you guys. From table 3. Sorry, yeah, table 3 first, please. Mathematicians, go ahead and put your pencils down.
Amy and Brody, he has 419 marbles altogether. How much marbles will each give if they split 419 equally?
Looking at their division problem, I noticed that they had 0 hundredths left. Do you guys see that? Yes, ma'am. What was the next unit, think? What was the next unit that was brought down in our dividend? Think? Go. Tens. Very good. Okay, let's give them a hand clap for Sharon. 1, 2, 3, clap.
3 friends named Jack, Jill, and Bill had $763, and they wanted to split it. How much money will each give?
Our answer was 254, remainder 1.
Let me ask you this, guys. I haven't heard from you. 763 divided by 3 is 254, remainder 1. Convince the class how you know your answer is correct.
Well, 3 doesn't 7 twice. So 3 times 2 equals 6. It was 100. And then you bring out your tens, and that equals 16. 3 doesn't 16 5 times. So 5 times 3 is 15. 160 minus 115.
115?
150.
Okay. And we can still say that as 16 tens and 15 tens, right, boys and girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, because remember with our division, I love how you're bringing in your multiplication knowledge. But remember with our division that we're going to keep them in packs, all right? Another way we can check to see if his answer is correct. He went through the division steps again, but what's another strategy that we can use to check to see if our quotient is correct? Garrett?
We could multiply 3 times 254, and we would get our answer plus the remainder 1, and it would be 763.
So we're multiplying like Garrett just told us to do. 254 times 3. And then Garrett said we need to add our remainder. What if we did all of that work and our answer did not equal our dividend? What would that mean? Think? Think? If my fist is up, your hands are down. Anaya.
It would mean that whenever they were doing it, they made some kind of error.
A math error. And it could have been in their division or their multiplication or what else?
Subtraction.
Because we need all of those things to divide, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very good job. Let's give them a hand clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. Good job.
born